COVID-19, Johnson & Johnson vaccine trial halted due to sick participant. Pharmaceutical group Johnson & Johnson announced on Monday the suspension of its clinical trial of a vaccine against COVID-19, one of the participants having fallen ill. We have temporarily suspended additional dosing in all of our clinical trials of an investigational COVID-19 vaccine, including the entire Phase 3 trial, due to unexplained illness in one participant, he said. The group said in a statement. The suspension will shut down the online registration system to recruit participants for Phase 3 of the trial, while the Independent Patient Safety Committee has been seized. Serious adverse events are an expected component of any clinical study, especially large studies, Johnson & Johnson said. The company's protocols provide for a study suspension to determine if the serious adverse event is related to the drug being assessed and whether it is possible to resume the trial. Recruitment of volunteers for Phase 3 of the Johnson & Johnson clinical trials began at the end of September to engage 60,000 participants at more than 200 sites in the United States and other countries, announced the group and the United States National Institute of Health, NIH. Trials were also taking place in Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Mexico, Peru, and South Africa. Johnson & Johnson had thus become the 10th group in the world to conduct Phase 3 trials against COVID-19, and the 4th in the United States. The United States has provided some $1.45 billion in funding to Johnson & Johnson as part of the White House's operation to produce vaccines, Operation Warp Speed. Its vaccine candidate is based on a single dose of an adenovirus, which causes the common cold modified so that it cannot replicate and combined with a part of the SARS-CoV-2 coronavirus called the spike protein, or spike, that it uses to enter human cells. The Johnson & Johnson laboratory had used the same technique for its vaccine against Ebola hemorrhagic fever, whose marketing was approved by the European Commission in July. Last September, clinical trials of the COVID-19 vaccine candidate developed by AstraZeneca and the University of Oxford, considered one of the most promising, were also halted after a British participant developed an unexplained pathology. These trials resumed in Japan in early October but not in the United States, where the pharmaceutical giant says it collaborates with the drug authority.